Lads and lassies, how are you getting on? Hope you're all keeping well. My name is Matt, this channel is Stylish Irishman, and sorry for the name change recently, but I'm going to change it back soon. It was something that was causing issues for me, but I'm changing it back soon. So just before we start, guys, I'd really appreciate it so much if you like the content, give the video a thumbs up. Or do you know what, actually, for the crack, see how many dislikes we can get on this video, guys. Dislike this video and leave a comment saying hashtag disliked for the crack, just to see how many dislikes we can get. Anyway, guys, I've been tagged by Steve from the channel Frags to Riches to do 10 out of 10 designer fragrances. Now, first when I heard about that, I was thinking, God, that's going to be very difficult. You know, there's always some complaints in some way, shape or form about designer fragrances, different opinions and stuff like that. So I checked my collection out, and it was hard enough now, to be fair, to pick 10 out of 10. I do consider all of these fragrances that I would recommend to anybody. Maybe one or two I'll get into it that I wouldn't recommend to everybody, but I really enjoy all of these and I would have no qualms of recommending them to anybody. Anyway, guys, I just want to thank Steve from Frags to Riches for the tag. Check out his channel, have it linked down below. You probably know him, but if you don't, give it a check. He's from the UK. He's also part of the Scent Geeks podcast, so if you want to check that out too. So guys, just before I start off, I'm going to tag 4 fragrance YouTubers that I'm a fan of. So the first guy I'm going to tag is actually a channel that you probably haven't heard of before. It's called Fun with Frags. I'm going to link a video down below where you can check him out. He's Irish. He commented on one of my videos and he relisted one of the videos he done himself before a few years ago, and he's considering coming back into the game. So I decided I'm going to tag him in this, maybe give him a bit of a push. So guys, go down and subscribe, check out his video and leave a comment on his video, give him some motivation to start his channel back up. And yeah, so I'd love to see what he has to offer and what his 10 out of 10 fragrances would be. I'd also like to tag the channel Sensualize. It's a guy from the UK. He's banging out videos there for sport for the last 3 months. I think he has nearly 40 videos there. Really good content, and you can go in there to his channel Sensualize and binge watch really good videos, guys. So I look forward to seeing what you have to offer, man. Also, I'd like to tag Aussie Fragrance. He's an absolute legend. He's been on YouTube much longer than me, but his videos are great. I follow all of his videos. Mark from Aussie Fragrance. So Mark, I'd love to see your top 10 out of 10 fragrances. And finally, guys, I'd like to tag Stefan Fragrance. Not sure where he's from. I think somewhere in the US. No, that doesn't boil it down, but you'll know. Anyway, he's from that part of the world. Stefan's been in the game for as long as me too. So Stefan, let me see what your 10 out of 10 out of 10 designers are, and look forward to seeing them. So guys, check out all their channels down below. They're really great content, and look forward to seeing their responses. So 10 out of 10 fragrances, lads. I was going to put one in the video, but I couldn't because it kind of be cheating because it's discontinued. So I suppose it's an honorable mention I'm just going to show you here now, which is M7 by YSL. So this has been discontinued for a long time. I've seen other people saying they don't like it. I think it's gorgeous. I was lucky enough to get this at cost price off some guy in Ireland here who was just selling it. Has this kind of cherry cola vibe, which I absolutely love. This fragrance came out 2002 as far as I'm aware. It was a bit of a flop at the time though, because it was a bit ahead of its time. If this was released as a mainstream fragrance now, it would do very well in my opinion. It can be bought a similar scent, which is M7 Oud Absolute by YSL. It's kind of in a special line that they re-release some of their old fragrances. Not the exact same, but definitely very similar, and has this kind of cherry cola vibe, which I really like. So I'd recommend checking this, guys. No matter what you've heard about it, definitely check out M7 Oud Absolute, or get your hands on this if you can, but definitely sample it before you pay a fortune for a bottle of this. So number 10 then the list, guys, is Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. So the main accords here are malt, fruity notes, peat and whiskey. So the amber sticks out a good bit for me as well. I think this is one of the fragrances which I wouldn't recommend to everybody. I think it is a 10 out of 10 fragrance for the right person. Definitely an older gent. I don't see myself wearing it too often now. I have a bottle of it there. I wear it every now and again. It's definitely a winter scent. The fruity notes really stick out, and it is a very sweet fragrance as well. but it does kind of edge a bit over Pure Havana for me. I prefer the scent of Pure Malt. The bit of the whiskey note in there really does it for me. Pure Malt by Cherry Mugler, I'm sure you've heard about it before, but that's number 10 on my list of 10 out of 10 fragrances. So number 9 is Coach Platinum for Men. I'd have no qualms recommending this to anybody if you're into sweet fragrances, guys. Coach for Men, the original, is not the best in my opinion. I have done a comparison on both of them. I'll link it up above there if you want to see. But this one is a sweet version of the original with some additional notes which I really think are great. Pineapple, vanilla and cashmere. Cashmere is a synthetic kind of musky vibe. I actually have a definition here for cashmere, which I think is a great explanation of how this fragrance smells. So the intention of cashmere is to convey the soft, sensuous feeling of cashmere. And that's a great way to describe this fragrance. The cashmere really does stand out. Vanilla and pineapple. It's an unusual scent that definitely hasn't been done before. That's what I like about it. It's unique and it stands out, and that's what I really look for when I am going for a fragrance. So I do think Coach Platinum for Men is definitely a 10 out of 10 fragrance in my books, and one of the best designers on the market at the moment that I would highly recommend. And I love the bottle as well. So yeah, guys, Coach Platinum for Men, great pick. Next one is one I don't have a full bottle with me now at the moment. I just have this small 30ml, and it's Tom Ford Noir Extreme. One of 2 Tom Fords in this video. I spoke about this a good bit on my channel before. Kulfi, vanilla are the main accords. Kulfi is an Indian dessert if you don't know. Really unique scent, extremely unique. Not something you're going to smell every day. Definitely an autumn winter scent, and I really like wearing this on nights out. It'd be a nice one to wear kind of on a date with a girl or something. Wouldn't be the biggest performer in the world, wouldn't stand out, let's say, on a night out in the town or whatever, but if you want something that's a bit closer to the skin, if you're going to be getting intimate with someone on a night out, it might work. But it's very nice, very elegant, guys. Tom Ford Noir Extreme, I love this and I'd highly recommend it to anybody. I don't think anyone will be disappointed with this one. Number 7, Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf. I've seen people mention the Spice Bomb Extreme in their videos. I did try that, wasn't a massive fan, so maybe I'll have to revisit. But Spice Bomb, the original, I wore it when it was first released. Fabulous fragrance, absolutely gorgeous. Now nowadays it's not the best. The cinnamon in Spice Bomb has definitely been toned down, so the pink pepper and tobacco stand out much more than they did before. This was once a very cinnamon heavy scent that I adored. It really reminds me of being back in college. I can still get the similar vibes from it. It just toned down the cinnamon a good bit. It really reminds me of college, and lots of people wear this. A lot of people don't bother with it, they all go for the extreme version. But guys, you should definitely try out Spice Bomb. It's the original. It done extremely well at the time. The reformulation really has kind of messed it up in my opinion. I'd still recommend trying it out though. If you could get your hands on an original formulation, I'd definitely recommend it, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. But that's Spice Bomb. I know technically the original isn't around anymore. It's still worth a buy in my opinion. Great scent, definitely check it out if you haven't already. So if you followed fragrance YouTubers at all, you probably have heard of this one before, and it's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme by Chanel. So this is one that I love to have in my collection, but it's not something that I'd wear every day. So this is a very heavy tonka bean fragrance. Tonka bean, mint, mandarin orange being the main accords. It's not something that I like to wear every day. It's something I love to have in my rotation. Wear it every few days, maybe once a week or whatever. It's just something about this that really, I get bored of it very quickly. After 2 or 3 wears maybe in a row, I get bored of it. So it's a gorgeous scent, fabulous scent. And I do believe it's 10 out of 10. But there's just something about this that really I get sick of quickly, so I do rotate this a lot. I have a 150ml bottle, so it's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, but this is definitely something that a lot of people would wear on the daily. And the original Allure Homme Sport is nice, it's a bit fresher. This is more tonka bean heavy, definitely more of a heavier kind of thicker scent, and I'd highly recommend it if you haven't tried it for some reason. So number 5 on the list then, guys, is one, if you haven't seen this on my channel, you haven't watched any of my videos, so it's CH Men Privé by Carolina Herrera. So whiskey, leather, main accords in this one. Fabulous scent, I love it. I've said before, it smells like Frosties, the sweets, which are similar to cola cubes. Goes really nice on a night out with a leather jacket. I absolutely love it, and it's very unique, not something I've smelt on anything before, not something that anything is anywhere close to. So it's definitely a unique scent that you're going to be purchasing with this one. There's not going to be anything similar on the market. The leather and the whiskey accord really go nice together with this kind of Frosties vibe, and if you know what Frosties are, you'll know what I mean. But guys, check out CH Men Privé if you haven't for some reason. Definitely much better than the original Carolina Herrera's CH Men, in my humble opinion. Some people may disagree, but this is my channel. So when I think of top 10 out of 10 designers, this one came to mind straight away. And if you've never seen me mention this before, you haven't really watched too many of my videos either. This is La Nuit de l'Homme by YSL. Fabulous fragrance. Jeremy Fragrance really hyped this up back in the day, and it's just so deserving of the hype it has, in my opinion. Even current formulation, fabulous cardamom fragrance, very sexy, very unique as well. I keep reiterating that fragrances are unique, but that's really what I go for. In a 10 out of 10 fragrance, I look for a unique scent most of the time. There's one more on this list that isn't the most unique in the world, but I love a unique scent. That's something that not everyone's going to have and not everyone's going to smell. So La Nuit de l'Homme, absolutely fabulous. This one's empty. I have 2 more bottles of different formulations there. Fabulous, and really enjoy it. Wear it a lot. I wear La Nuit de l'Homme a lot, just for myself. My girlfriend's coming over. I reach for La Nuit de l'Homme at least once every 2 days, sometime of the day or night. Even sometimes if I'm going to bed, I'll just put it on because I just love the scent so much. So get your nose on it if you have to. So this one also came to mind when I had to think of 10 out of 10 fragrances that are designer. I've mentioned it once or twice on my channel already, and it's 1 Million Privé by Paco Rabanne. So the original 1 Million was a huge hit. This one really kind of took a back seat in the recent years. I've seen it being mentioned once or twice, but 1 Million Privé has a perfect combination of cinnamon, tonka bean and tobacco. You do kind of get that bit of mandarin in there too, but the combination of all the notes, guys, gorgeous. If you've just kind of put it on the long finger or whatever and not bothering to try 1 Million Privé because you don't like the original or you're sick of the original or whatever, try it. 1 Million Lucky is a great one too. That was hyped a lot. I've done a review on that there if you want to check it out. But 1 Million Privé, guys, if you've slept on it, don't anymore, because I don't know, I just feel that something will happen with this fragrance. It's so good, and I just feel that it might be discontinued. So it's one that I am potentially thinking of buying a backup bottle of 100ml bottle of 1 Million Privé. Love wearing it out. Been wearing it out a lot over the last winter now and stuff. So fabulous scent that not many people talk about nowadays. Definitely 10 out of 10 in my book. The next one on the list came to mind also without question for 10 out of 10 designers, and it's Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. So the main accords in this, according to Fragrantica, are leather, jasmine and amber. I don't know if you've smelled Tuscan leather. If you have smelled it, it smells very like Tuscan leather. It's like a softer version of Tuscan leather. I'm very surprised that this doesn't contain a raspberry note, because it smells nearly identical to Tuscan leather in my opinion. But I'd prefer this just because it's a bit softer, easier to wear and cheaper. Much cheaper than Tuscan leather. Other people may disagree with it being so similar to Tuscan leather, but Ombre Leather is very, very close, and it has a gorgeous scent. Has that raspberry vibe in there. I don't know why it's not listed as a note, but whatever is mixed into that fragrance smells very similar, and it smells like it has a raspberry note. So guys, Ombre Leather, gorgeous Tom Ford scent, really nice unique bottle, love it. Ombre Leather, 10 out of 10 in my book, 100%. I got tagged in this video I think 2 days ago, and I was going for a walk there yesterday, and I was trying to think of, you know, some fragrances that I might put on this list, and I just couldn't. There was just one or two that didn't come to mind. Someone walked by me when I was on my walk, and I got a whiff of this stuff, and I said, how did I not think of this? This just has to be on the list. And it's Dior Sauvage. Dior Sauvage, hated in the community by a lot of people because it's so popular. But guys, like, you've definitely smelt it. Surely if you're a fragrance enthusiast, you've smelt Dior Sauvage. But every time I smell this off someone, I say, God, why am I not wearing that myself now? I absolutely love this stuff. The Eau de Toilette, by far my favourite. The Eau de Parfum is also close enough, but the Parfum is not a go on my books. Not interested in the Parfum whatsoever. It's a bit generic, but the Eau de Toilette is the one I use. Have 200ml bottle and a small 60ml bottle. Gorgeous scent, very uplifting, very happy kind of scent, and if I smell it off anyone, I really, really enjoy it. and I think everybody really enjoys the scent of Dior Sauvage. I've recommended it to a few people before and they absolutely love it. That's my number one, guys. 10 out of 10 fragrance. So guys, just before I finish up here on the video, there's actually something I'd like to ask a favor of some of you if you're interested. There's a young girl back home who is her mother is trying to raise funds for her back in my hometown. Her name is Sophie and she has a condition. I'm not going to go into the details of anything. If you want to click on the GoFundMe page down below and read the story. Lovely little girl. Her name is Sophie and she's 7 years of age. And they need to raise 100 grand in order to help the girl get more comfort in herself and get an operation that will help her improve. Her condition has been deteriorating, unfortunately, over the last few years, and this operation is going to be very helpful for her. I'd just like to ask any of you guys, if you want to read down below, click the link, GoFundMe link down below, check it out and donate anything, guys. Every little helps and I really appreciate if you did. There's lots of fundraising going on at home between people doing marathons and stuff like that. I just thought I'd try and play my part in it too, so guys, I'd really appreciate if you could donate anything. That's it for this one anyway, guys. Take it handy. God bless.